Hi, everyone. Come by, have a seat, let's chat. Hmm, very interesting. Hi. I am trying to get, for some reason, I can't get to my messages. They come up and they go real fast. So I am so sorry. Hopefully, I'll get to them. Have a glass of wine. I got my popcorn. So I hope everything is going fabo for you guys. No, 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 no. So I'm babysitting, and the dog that I'm babysitting is trying to eat the popcorn. But you guys, things are happening right now. It like, shoot, a lot is going on. And we're getting ready to go into some serious energy. And I don't know if you spiritual ones, you guys any spiritual, or you got into Ishin, I am telling you, it's gonna be on steroids with this next transit. And I just really, 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 really needed to just have this conversation. Um it is mind boggling to me to have conversations with people and they're saying the same song, the same dance, the same conversation. And this conversation is totally about the state and of crises within our reality. We're not connected. We're not connected as men and women. And I'm just saying, there is no existence that way. And so um, I had an amazing conversation with my daughter today, and we kind of like just talked about the energy between a masculine and a feminine energy, and is really the perspective is really makes sense, is that we have a collision with darkness in this shift. And that darkness can be used in many realms, in many ways, in many characteristics. But what is interesting, as we were having this conversation, my daughter and I, we were having this conversation, and it came across to me is that you remember a few weeks ago, I had everyone do a noni fast, start cleansing your chakras, because your noni uh can control your chakras, and you need to clean that out and do some purification. There's things we have to do, right? And so um me and my daughter having that conversation really resonated with me, because when women get hooked up, or even females get, or men get hooked up with females that are narcissistic, that have psychological issues to the nth degree, when you have those psychological issues, guess who they're going to draw to? They're going to draw to the sensitives. They're going to draw to the people that are kind. They're going to draw to the people that will give the shirt off their backs for another human being. That's what they're looking for. Because what they'll do in that is they will create this illusion to get you to believe that they are there for you. But in essence, you are there for them to feed so they can feed because they have no substance. So, man, my daughter was talking about this, and it's so weird because she came up with this, and I was just like, yeah, that does have a point of reference because we're energetic human beings. And as I speak as a Scorpio to Scorpios, and maybe some of you guys are cross watchers, but Scorpio, we know each other. Even we know the masculine aspect of this. But what is so interesting about this is the fact we never speak a word about it. It's like our little private secret that we have, right? So, as I talk about this, we all know that we are in a conscious shift, that we are involved in something spectacular, something amazing, something that has never happened within our lifetime. Okay, we are all aware of that. I hope that the group that I'm talking about is aware of how important our space is here at this time, at this moment. So, wow, you think about that. I'm going to take a drink. Mm, this is so good. I'm going to take one more drink. Mm, fabulous, fabulous. So, while you think upon what I just said, we're in a spiritual warfare of imaginable sightings. I mean, it's just all over, okay? And now here we are. The masculine and the feminine, they're fighting each other. Because what happened is that when you engage in sexuality, that is the truest essence of you. And even if you're in that engagement just to hit it and quit it, you're hitting it, you're not quitting it. Because the moment you merge, you become a tie. And as you become that tie, it becomes part of you. So think about if you do this time and time and time again. The men are in separation with the feminine energy because, and it totally will make total sense when I finish. This separation is according to the soul tie of which either or one of those persons have been in. So the more you dislike the feminine energy or the more you dislike the masculine energy, is that is how deep the trauma is. And what's so interesting about that trauma is that every time you give your seed masculine energy, and I'm saying masculine because only masculine energy can give their seed, is biologically proven. You can Google it, you can go to science, you can go, this is what happens. So here you are. You are doing your man thing to and with a feminine energy. And as you do that to that female, not only are you giving, because that's the source of the masculine energy, but what's happened is been conscrewed because the source of masculine energy is to give and to survive for his family. So now you have the feminine energy. She's receiving your seed, but not only is she receiving your seed, she is receiving your energy from the seed. So now that she's receiving the energy from the seed, wherever hate that she may have been and most likely have been interjected through you, the seed of the giver of the seed, into her soul space, because she's the receiver. As she receives, she takes, literally, back it up, she takes that man's seed and she makes a baby. A man gives her a house, she makes it a home. So if we look at how this works, we're living in a society that men are pouring out their seed to exhaustion. So when they get into their later years, they can't perform. And there is a session I can do with you to help you bring back your performance. But the thing is you have to go to the origin of why you're not performing. Because that's performing is a part of giving. Because as she receives your seed, she can create with that. But if your seed is dormant, she cannot create. So, what happens in this transition when the woman is trying to receive? What does she do all her life? She tries to be received by her peers. She tries to be received by her family. She tries to be received by her man. She tries to be received by her children. This is the constitution of life. The fact that she is the receiver of the man's seed. But what's so interesting in that, if you get a man that is narcissistic or a man that his energy is not pure at heart, what he will do is he will slither, I'm going to say this again, slither like a snake, and he will woo her emotions, because we all know that she's the receiver. And as she's receiving, he is acknowledging that she needs to receive. So he will slither into her needs until he can come back, how can I say it? How until he can captivate her soul energy. Because once he captivates her soul energy, he has all power over her. And what is beautiful about the Great Awakening with the feminine energy is that he no longer can do so, because she has been divinely woken up. She's not just waking up. She is divinely being woken up, because, and I think I spoke on this, in every revolution, behind all revolutions was feminine energy. And so, until we acknowledge the power magistrate of the feminine energy and the power of the magistrate of the masculine energy, when they come together, it is the quantum effect. We will not be doing any quantum physics because the masculine energy is opposed to the feminine energy as he sees her arise from her passivity and becomes more empowered. But that is the very reason a man will marry a woman, because he sees her power. But as the relationships goes on, they demasculate each other till none of them have power. So how do we come to this knowledge of how do we bring balance in a time that everything is out of balance? How do we seek for our own autonomy, our own need of expression, and really be okay with it and not need someone else's approval? And I think the biggest mistake women make is because they want to give to their man the way they want to be given to. Yes. Yeah, it's like we have to balance ourselves, because like we go into these relationships with a desire to give them everything that we are lacking and everything that we desire and we want. But rather than, and it's so crazy because I think women and men, I can't even say that it's just the women. I think it's women and men. I think why a lot of ghosting happens is because you have certain people that haven't worked out their demons, because the greatest point of emotional maturity is being able to sit and negotiate across the table and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is how this made me feel, how can I do better, or this is how I can, and if you don't agree, is how do you learn to agree to disagree? Well, we live in a society that's running game, and they don't understand that running game is running game on themselves. They're not running game just on the person that they think they're running games on. They're actually running games on themselves. And they're really sorry, I'm babysitting. And every once in a while he gets, Chapo, come here. Chapo. I'm so sorry. Chapo. Chapo. No, gorgeous. No. Chapo. Hold on, you guys. I am so sorry. I have to go get this. Just a second. Don't be barking. I'm so sorry about that. So sorry. I am sitting, and the dog that I'm sitting with is very rambunctious. So okay. The question was asked, how do you get centered and keep yourself from going back? You have to go back to meet your higher self. And the way I would say it's called shadow work. I did it a couple of years ago. And what you do is you go into meditation and just be very mindful of yourself. And you really ask your angels, I want to meet the person that I'm fighting. And trust me, you will see that little boy or that little girl. And you are to have that conversation energetically with that person, and you learn to accept. And when you, thank you very much. And when you learn to accept, and you know what's so crazy, that when I did my higher, my shadow work, my 9-year old self came out. And I remember, and this is really hard to believe, but I remember that when she came out, she was very shy. She wouldn't talk to people. And I remember having a conversation. It's like, why didn't you say anything? And she said the most beautiful thing to me. She said, I was protecting you. And I was protecting you the best way I knew how. So what I had to do is I had to accept how she chose to protect me. And as I accepted how she chose to accept me, I actually could be thankful how she chose to accept me. Because from that time to this time to where I'm at right now, I saw the tremendous growth. And so as I saw the tremendous growth, I was able to see this just wonderful appreciation of her, because she helped me learn of me. And so when you start doing that and you start doing these mantras to yourself, it will keep you ever so present. And ever so present is the ability to be right here, right now. Our attention span is so short. We cannot stay still, but consciously be present where you're at and learn the lessons that have been given to you. And sometimes those lessons are actually beautiful things hidden in plain sight. Always hidden in plain sight. And one thing that I have learned is, like, when I'm talking to the masculine energy, I'm not angry at you guys. I'm in pain for you guys. I know this time must be hard for you. And I know that you guys have had a lot of weight on you. But please do remember, we love you. We love you guys. And we understand the importance of you. The narrative that's out there that no one's desired. We desire you and we need you. I'm sorry that you feel that way. There is a lot of trauma that we're all working through. And this is why I know sometimes my content can be harsh. But I've had a lot of man mentors, and they didn't give me a break because I was a chick. So I'm not giving you guys a break because you guys are masculine. But I want you to know. Yes, right? Yes, Scorpio energy. Birthday coming up. Hoo hoo. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to party. Stay out of my popcorn. I'm going to party. Yeah, I'm going to have fun. But it's so crazy because I'm so glad you brought that up, because as we go in And I think in one of my last episodes, I've actually been saying to a lot of masculine energy, write a letter. Write a letter to your mom and really be organic and be truthful to yourself and to her, whether she be alive or not. The letter is still important. And the thing about the letter, if you do it in its purity, is very telling of where you're at emotionally with the feminine energy. It is so amazing. As a Scorpio, I can sit in like 5 minutes, like not even 5 minutes, and sit with a masculine energy, and I can tell that he has serious childhood injury. And I don't know if it's just an intuitive sense, but I can't speak for all women, but I will speak for this woman right here. Whenever you are a female that has done a lot of work to break curses, generational curses, I understand in a way. Yes, black men do suffer. And you know, I'm I'm so sorry because there's so many of you out there that desire a good relationship, that desires to be seen, that desires to be acknowledged. And we're living in a world right now that um, we're not seeing each other. And I think, I just said for my situation, I just finally just got to a place like I'm gonna be in my truth. I don't care what other people think. When I do a channel, yeah, I have Libra in my fourth house. Damn, yep. What up, Libra? But one thing I have acknowledged is that everything that I give, no matter if it's received or not, it matters because I chose to do it. And when I decided that loving myself and loving the creature that I have uniquely been made as, and every flaw that I have, every imperfection and every craziness or humbleness or, you know, spirited thought, I'm never going to apologize for that. And even if you were not a good person to me, I will always in turn try to be good to you. But you won't be my friend. You won't be close to me. You won't know me because people are just interesting to say the least. Man, just interesting to say the least. I think what's going on with the masculine energy, it's interesting. You can see that they're frightened. Because everything they've been taught to base their life in is crumbling. How women should view them for things that they have, how their job should treat them for the time that they put in. And everything that they're doing is being unappreciated. That's a hard road. It's sad. And the thing is, we're not in battle, and nor should we be. We are under attack. Women's growth is under attack. Men's growth is under attack. We are under attack. I'm just saying. They don't want men to evolve. They want them to be stuck. Put a football before a woman. Put a football before a connection. And I'm not saying football is bad. It's actually really good. It's fun. It's competitive. But it shouldn't supersede over a woman's noni. That's where you connect. That's where you heal. That's how you nurture yourself. A woman can't perform. Is your third eye is on a football can. That doesn't make her wet. What makes her wet is kindness with integrity. Kindness with love, laughter, trust. If you can get that from a woman, sex is gonna be good. But you know, no, you're not gonna be single the rest of your life. One thing you have to realize, the reason you're single is because your divine match hasn't reached you yet. You can kind of help the universe by journaling. Talk to your angels exactly what you want. Tell them what you need. Not what you need physically, what you need in your soul, because that will relate to your physical. That's where men mess up. They look at a woman physical and they get into that relationship and their soul is empty. Go into her soul, connect with her soul, and her body will exude beauty. Yeah. Guys are very superficial right now, but women are too. But who taught that? I am sorry, could you redo that because I can't get the chat. It came up and laughed and I didn't get to see it. So could you rewrite that or resend it to me? I'm curious what you said. But you know, I want to acknowledge us all. I really do. I truly feel like we do have a crisis, and I hope that this channel can help you have a broader um, example of what's going on, because we are doing exactly what they want us to do. They want to divide and separate us from each other. You know, if you are stranded in the woods in the cold, would you rather be stranded by yourself or with feminine energy that could lie next to you and both of you guys could stay warm? Why would you choose self? Oh, and let me get on this subject. I gotta get on this subject. I got to get on this subject. Me and my daughter's having this conversation, right? You know that relationships are under attack when men are buying silicone dolls. Just in the mere fact that I voiced that out of my lips, silicone dolls. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. Something's definitely wrong with that. Hi, Randy. How are you? Like, what is so crazy? That is crazy to me. But they will go live on TV and they will groom their silicone dolls, and they have special closets for them. And you know what's interesting? The dolls are kinky because they got special closets for them. Get it? They're not in the closet with their kinkiness, right? But it just for the mere fact that we're so disconnected that unconnection is normal. That's what's so crazy. And then you hear the guys go, well, her vagina doesn't feel any different than a female's vagina. A man telling me that has never felt a female's vagina because he thinks that a fake vagina is a vagina. Sorry if this is PG. This is not PG right now. I'm sorry. But anywho, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, to me, that is just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense to me. I am just at a state of shock, you know, because that's exactly what is happening here. And so, of course, aww, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. I'm telling you, you can draw that to yourself. You can literally draw exactly what you want. I had a session with, I think I said it last time. I had a session. Yes. And you know what? It's not even, this is what I would say. I wouldn't even say look at the heart. I would say look at the soul. Look into that person's eyes because the eyes are the mirror of the soul. That is, we're all working on ourselves. And, you know, that's a beautiful thing to really acknowledge, okay, I did some work so I can be the man that I can be for the woman that I want. And that's the thing with a lot of men. They want a certain woman, but they don't want to do the behaviors to get her. They want her to do the behaviors for him. That don't even, that's not even the role of a woman. Or the role of a woman is to allow him to chase her. The role of the woman is to receive. I keep saying this, is to receive. But men will say, I give, I give, I give. It's not about material. And that's why guys are like, women are leaving marriages you know, yeah, I missed the end of that. I'm sorry. Because something was on my hair and I was like trying to get it off. But anywho, it's like, I don't think, I'm just going to say from my personal experience as a Scorpio, and I know we can be the most challenging zodiac signs to date. I'm very aware of because I've dated a lot of Scorpios. I'm very aware of that. But thank you, Randy. So it's like what I have found is is I think the hugest thing is that we're learning to be transparent. This transit is making us own our crap. And the ones that don't want to own their crap, I can't speak for them. But we need to own who we are and take the responsibility of that and allow it to be focused on those very things that we are working with internally. And I really believe these heavy transits in Scorpio is there for a divine reason or divine season to shake us, to stop, you know, um, you know, we judge too harshly. And I know. Oh, even when I said that, I had to reject it. And the only reason I said that because, as I thought about it, we don't judge harshly. We judge harshly after they prove to us that. Oh, I missed that one too because it keeps fading in, fading out. I don't know how to get it. So wait, let me see. I gotta look at this. But um, we don't. I don't think we judge harshly. This is what I think we do. We see what you did and we saw what you did and it hurt us. So then we judge harshly. So how do we get away from judging so harshly after we feel that? Well, it is the truth. Like I can't help it, but like it's just like um and we even have to do it to our own people, you know. um we have to do it to our own element because not all Scorpios are like Scorpios. And some Scorpios haven't worked out their crap. Some Scorpios are still going around stinging people, playing the manipulation game, they're not acclimatizing their energy and they're not trying to pursue the phoenix. They're literally still baby scorpions trying to just sting everybody in their way. And you know what that comes from? That's because they haven't worked out their trauma. I say this over and over again. If you're giving some check or some dues, some fits, you haven't worked out your trauma. Because when you're in a relationship, that relationship should be ease. If you got to beg and ask that person to be what you need them to be, and they're not listening to the blueprint, it's time for you to say bye bye, Felicia. No matter how much it's going to hurt. It doesn't like you know how many times I had to let like I just a few months ago, like almost a year ago, I had to let somebody go. And I had to let them go and it was the most hardest thing because I really liked them as a friend, but I couldn't see them in my future. I really liked them as a friend. But they had so much karmic crap and I'm done with karma. I don't want to do karma with a man. Have your karma shit all straightened out before you get with me. I've done enough karma. I've done it for a lifetime. I've done it for my friends, my family. I've done it. I've done it for everybody. I'm not doing nobody else's karma. I do my karma and my karma alone. I don't want to do it with you. So if you don't got your karma in check and you don't got you ain't working on your karma, bye bye. Because it's too much. It's too much. And we have to understand women did not come here to nurture their men like that. They nurture their children like that. And then their children eventually leaves. But what happens, women are nurturing their children and their men, and the children leave, but the women don't start nurturing their husband. And then she sits down after 20 years, after 25 years, after 30 years, and she goes, you know what? I'm sick of nurturing everybody, and I have not been nurtured. And that's why those women walk. That's why they're unhappily married. They're unhappily married because he's not nurturing her. He's not strumming his fingers through her. Utwa. It's all about his thing. And that's what it is. And it's just like, I really want the masculine energy to heal because I have been around some amazing masculine energy. So I know what it looks like. I know how it feels. I know what it does. I know how it nurtures. I know how it changes people's worlds. So, of course, I want to see you guys again, not in pain like this. It's sad. Come back. This thing that we're going through, the things that we're going to be going through, if the masculine energy don't start getting perspective, this crap is going to break you guys. It's going to rip you guys apart because you're not ready. Y'all can't even handle a woman. Y'all can't y'all can't even handle feminine energy. How are y'all gonna fare in this energy that takes no hostages? That is not emotional. That is just straight up. It comes into the land and it rips everything in its way. How y'all gonna do that when y'all can't even deal with the feminine energy? And the thing about the feminine energy, all she wants is to be treated with love and respect, just like you want to be treated with love and respect. But yet, it becomes one sided. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that there is a need for us to come together. We need to come together. And did I by any chance tell you guys, follow me, put the notification. The moment I do a live or I come on, y'all will see it. I keep forgetting to say that. But y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. There's, I said in my title that Scorpios, we're going under a lot of stuff because all these transits have been in Scorpio. And what is Scorpio? Scorpio is about Scorpio, and the Scorpio energy is about living and dying and living and dying. And we're in the process of doing that on steroids. this next transit. And this transit is going to be for quite some time. And so I'm hoping during this time that we are having a come to Jesus energetically, that we begin to make some hard questions and start changing things and stop, you know, hurting each other. Because that's what we're doing. We're hurting each other. You know what I mean? We are hurting each other. And I just wish we could like come together. And so, me and my daughter, we're gonna eventually do a podcast. I'm really looking forward to it because this is not just my perspective. I mean, I work behind a chair. I talk to women all day long, and the trend right now, a lot of women are rejecting men. Period. They're just going with other women. I didn't even know that was a trend. I just found that out today. But there's definitely some healing that needs to happen with us. Some deep, deep integration. Because when we cannot come together and agree, you know what? That is really ego driven. It is ego driven and it will be judged because we can't be that way anymore. We have to learn to love. We all have to learn to forgive and to be open because we have to help heal the collective energy. And if we're not in focus and we're not loving each other in this time, sad. Masculine energy, you are the key. Will you get and take possession of the key? That's really up to you guys. It's really up to you guys. Because right now, we all need freedom from the anger. Because the anger is hurting us all. And I say this again, masculine energy. I am sorry about what you're feeling. I think I said in my last post, I had a client that was scheduled for a session. And what I noticed is that the masculine energy, I notice in my sessions, they're the ones the most likely to cancel. It's not my feminine energy because they're not ready. And even after this YouTube, many people will go on and they're not ready. They're not ready to change their lives. They're not ready to get out of the ego. They're not ready to stop sexualizing women. Um, we truly need healing. So I'm going to say good night. And what I would like to say to you guys, follow me, share, tell other people about my Scorpio. I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, Saturday at 11 p.m., we come together with a glass of wine and we talk about stuff. I am so happy to be able to be here for you. You take care. Bye now.